Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today I have another 3 random items chosen from my personal collection, and they include a 24-hour matte setter primer, love, also a Dior amber floral scent, so gorgeous, one of my favorites. And then, if you remember the summer solstice video where I introduced her, a matte resistance ambery toned lipstick. Well, today I brought in, shall we say, a close cousin, friend, relative, but just in a slightly redder shade. So without much further ado, let's head straight into these 3 products. Just cleaning the air, bringing in everything cleansed, positive, and of course cleaning this space. There we go. Put that aside, and let's head straight into our first item today, which is this primer. So I occasionally use and own quite a few primers of different high-end brands normally, and this is one that stood out to me in a drugstore of all places. It is the Loreal Prime Lab 24-hour matte setter primer. As we all know, darlings, after a certain amount of hours, makeup starts to get imbalanced. A bit like our minds, actually. And this product controls that excess shine. Therefore, it will automatically extend your makeup. So what I'm going to do is, because I have these 3 products, or these 2 especially, I'm going to prime my hand. Before I layer the next layer that's needed to show our beautiful matte resistance lipstick. So that's the primer. That is how it will go on the skin, on your face, before any type of foundation gets laid. That is all you need to do. There you have it. That's your matte setting primer. All gone, waiting for that foundation to be laid. You see? Waiting to grab that next stage, to grab all that foundation above it. So we will let that set like that. Now, because it is silicone based, darlings, ideally you would opt for a silicone based foundation. That's usually how it works. So with a silicone based foundation, it will bring your whole look, as the Aussies say, top notch. Top notch. So we'll let that set in there, and that is the L'Oreal Prime Lab 24-hour setter primer. Let's head straight into the next item or product. Beautiful. It feels good on your skin as well. I must add that. It's rather cool. So that's now waiting for the foundation to be laid on. Oh, how exciting. So let's get into this, the next item. There you go. And that's the L'Oreal Prime Lab 24-hour matte setter primer. Our second item today is the Christian Dior Addict Edt. So this amber floral was launched in 2014 by the very well-renowned perfumer at the time, Francois Demachy. Now, Francois Demachy is one of the 3 top perfumers that I really admire. The other 2 being, of course, Dominique Ropion and Sophia Grosjean. Now, I myself have spent, or has spent 5 years with the Dior company, quite recently actually, and I really enjoyed and was mesmerized by the whole perfume technology, the DNA, the culture, and the strength that is Dior. So I also admire the company's dedication to research and their master strategy strengths. So this is not a normal amber floral, darlings. This one, as I brought to this table, I could smell in the air even with the lid on. And there is not one Dior perfume that is a bad perfume. Not one. This one has Sicilian mandarin for all you mandarin lovers, a bit of citrus. It has jasmine sambac, Tunisian neroli, vanilla, and sandalwood. So the main accords here are white floral, citrus, vanilla, woody, powdery, floral, and fresh. It is an amazing scent. As you can see, I've got about 1/5 volume left. Time for a new one soon. And there you have it, my beautiful Christian Dior Addict Edt. Something I love to wear, both in summer and especially in winter. I love it. And there you have it, the Christian Dior Addict Edt in the 100ml. And let's get on to the next one. Our third item today, but before we start, Polo is here. He has arrived. There he is. Oops, there he is. Oops, there he is. He just couldn't resist, could he? All right, our third item today is the L'Oreal Matte Resistance Lipstick. So these come in 17 shades, and in a previous video, this summer solstice video I did a couple of weeks ago, I introduced a burnt sunny shade called Shopping Spree in the number 230. So this is Shopping Spree from the summer solstice video. Today I brought in shade number 420 called Le Rouge Paris. So this is slightly redder in tone. It has that high intensity pigments, and you will get a high color impact in just one swipe. So you remember primer? She's there, the L'Oreal matte setter. And what we're going to do now is just like that. We've got the primer, and we are now going to, before we put on or try the matte resistance lipstick, just see the texture of what foundation looks like on top of that beautiful primer. See how that primer's grabbing all that foundation. I'm doing this just in a rounded motion. Normally you may put on your foundation however which way you like, really, darlings, but I'm just trying to demonstrate and getting every part there evenly. Okay, and now what we're going to do is bring in Le Rouge Paris in that slightly redder shade, as if we were applying it to a primed foundation based lip. Let's head straight into this beautiful color. There's the tip, and we're going to pretend that we're painting our lips. So I'm doing this through the lens of a phone, so actually I think I'm doing pretty good. No glasses needed at this stage. There you go. Let's just do that. It has a nice click as you close it. Click, click, click. And we're going to compare it to Shopping Spree, another color that I love. Click, 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 clickety click click. So there you have it, darlings. We have that beautiful primer on the bottom as a base. Then we had a bit of foundation, and we're going to let that lipstick set for a couple of minutes. This matte lipstick stays on for up to 16 hours, and I have tested that claim. I agree. And it does stay for 16 hours. So it is waterproof, smudge proof, transfer proof, and I usually will give that just about a minute, up to 3 minutes, and we will come straight back into it. So what shall we do in the 2 minutes, darling? Shall we talk about, oh my goodness, it is so wintry in Melbourne at the moment. Just unbearable. We've got the umbrellas, we've got the gumboots, we've got all those things. We've got the scarves happening, the beanies, the gloves, all those things to keep us warm, and yet we are still not warm, darlings. How did we go? There you have it. Beautiful. 2 shades. Shopping Spree in the shade number 230 and Le Rouge Paris in the shade number 420. There's a slight part there that's, there you go. All dry and ready to rumble. That's the best two colors in my opinion in the range. Of course you've got the pinks. You may like the pink range, the burnt browns, the more subtle reds, corals. But so far, these two are doing very well for me. And there you have it, darlings. Hope you love this video. Give the video a like and subscribe. And talk to me in the comments and tell me all your thoughts. No, jokes, not your thoughts, darlings, not your thoughts. Just about things that you may like, you've tried, you want to try. And I'll see you all on the next one. Bye.